everyone, welcome back to the online tutor. So this is a 7th tutorial of the complex numbers, right? So the last tutorial I gave some homeworks, right? And also some student who has asked me about these kind of questions, right? So how to draw the locus of these kind of situations, right? So as the first question, I will discuss this one, and after that we can discuss the homework question as well, right? Okay, so how to do these kind of situations, right? So argument is z plus 1. So can you remember the tan theta, right? In our Argand diagram, this is our theta, right? So this is my any position P with a complex number z, right? So this is my imaginary axis, real axis. This is x plus iy. So then tan theta become y over x. So the imaginary part divided by the real part, right? So then tan theta become y over x, right? So here you can write z as x plus iy, right? So the question was the locus, right? So I assume z as x plus iy, then r x plus iy minus 1 equal pi by 4, right? So then argument x plus 1 plus iy, argument x minus y plus iy equal pi by 4, right? So then I just assume, so here, so always argument means this angle value. So here argument z mean theta value. Therefore you can write this argument z as tan inverse y over x equal theta, right? So basically tan theta become again y over x. So likewise, so here, right, here you can write choose this as alpha and beta. Alpha minus beta equal 5 by 4. So what is actually alpha? So alpha means tan inverse y component, right? So here imaginary value y divided by x plus 1 minus this is tan inverse y over x minus 1 equal 5 by 4. Right? So now you can see this like a trigonometric, it's like a trigonometric inverse function, right? So how do we make this, right? So again this is alpha and beta equal 5 by 4. So basically tan alpha equal y over x plus 1, tan beta y over x minus 1, alpha minus beta equal 5 by 4. So now you can take tan for both sides, right? So tan for both sides, you can implement it like tan alpha minus beta equal tan pi by 4, tan alpha minus tan beta over 1 plus tan alpha tan beta equal 1. So then tan alpha minus tan beta become 1 plus tan alpha tan beta. Tan alpha means y over x plus 1, y over x minus 1 equal to 1, y over x plus 1, y over x minus 1. Right, so now you can simplify it further. Take y out, x minus 1 minus x minus 1 over x squared minus 1. So here x squared minus 1 plus y squared over x squared minus 1. These two getting cancelled. So then minus 2y equal x squared minus x plus y squared. So then y squared plus 2y minus 1. So this is what I got. Right? So actually it's like x squared plus y squared plus 2y minus 1 equals 0. The center like minus 1 0. So 0 minus 1. Then the r radius will be plus 1 minus 1 square root 2, right? So the locus will be like again circle with the center 0 minus 1 and the square root 2. Okay children, this is what I got for this the locus of z, right? So this is locus of z, right? So we don't need z, we need this one. So what is this? Arc z plus 1, arc z minus 1 pi over 4. Actually this is my x squared y squared minus 2y plus 1. Then what happened? Y equals 0. So then it become x squared minus 1 equals 0. So the factors are x minus 1 and x plus 1. So here this is my 0 1 0 point and minus 1 0, right? So here arc z plus 1 arc z minus 1 mean these are the points, right? A and B. Arc z plus 1 and z minus 1. So here this is my center. So when I construct a radius also 1. So radius also 1. So actually this triangle, this is length is 2. Sorry, the radius was 2. Right, so it's 2. So then OA square plus OB square root 2, sorry, it's 4, right? It's equal to AB square. So AB become 2 now. AB become 2. So therefore this is 90 degree and this is right angle triangle. Right? So if it is right angle triangle, this angle become pi by 4. So actually this is arc z plus 1, arc z minus 1. So what is arc z plus 1? Assume it's theta 1. So alpha. So it's arc z minus 1 plus 0 equal alpha. So it is here. This is arc z plus 1. This is arc z minus 1. And the difference is pi by 4. You can see, right? These are my lines, right? Which make 5 by 4 angles. So probably, you know, using your grade 11 geometric knowledge. So here all the angles will be 5 over 4. No? So up to here. So therefore this part, right? So I will shade it with red color. right? So this red color surface, right, always it's make, so in between A to B, right, so this way it's always make pi by 4 angle. So therefore the locus of this one become the arc of A, I assume here it's the arc of ADB. Right, so this is my arc of this Z plus 1 Z minus. Actually the previous video I deleted, right? So the thing is I found only locus of Z, right? So we don't want Z, the locus of Z, we just need the locus of this whole thing, right? So this whole thing locus is under ADB, the arc of the circle, right? So which is making the difference, angle difference make pi by 4. So the 5 by 4 making this way with any of this path, right? So always pi by 4 making. Then the locus is ADB arc. Right? So always remember these kind of situations, right? So these kind of situations locus are arc of a circle, right? So I will explain it with another example. So sorry about the previous video. So I just show you the locus of Z, not that part. So that is why it's wrong. Okay, student, try this one. Find the locus of this. And the locus of this. So how do we start it? We take this as alpha, beta. So alpha become arc x plus iy minus 2. Beta become arc x plus iy plus 2. Right? Alpha minus beta equal pi by 4. Tan alpha minus beta become tan pi by 4, it's 1. So it's tan alpha minus tan beta over 1 plus tan alpha tan beta become 1. So actually alpha tan alpha become y coordinates tan beta become y over x plus 2. You can put it here. Tan alpha tan beta equal 1 plus tan alpha tan beta. So it's y over x minus 2 y over x plus 2 become 1 y squared over x squared minus 4. Right. So likewise you can take a common denominator. Y times x plus 2 y times x minus 2. So it's x squared minus 4 equal x squared minus 4 minus y squared, x squared minus 4. So it's yx plus 2y yx plus 2y x squared minus y squared minus 4. Yx getting cancelled. I'm sorry, here it's plus. It's y squared x squared y squared plus 4y plus minus 4 becomes 0, right? So the center is now 0 and minus 2. The radius was 4 minus 4. It's root 8 to root 2, right? So this is the radius, right? So always basically the main thing is you should find the locus of Z, right? So afterward we can find the locus of the main one. Okay, so then I'm going to draw the Argand diagram to insert that circle. Real Z, imaginary Z, right? It's 0 minus 2. I'm sorry, this is going to other side. Then it's minus 4y, then it's plus 2. Plus 2, right? So here real Z is plus 2, 0, 2. So then the circle 2 root 2 no? Okay, then when y becomes 0, x equal plus or minus 2. So here it's minus 2 plus 2, right? So we need arc alpha minus. So actually the circle is the locus of z, right? So locus of z. But we need this part. So then here again this circle, it's 2 root 2, 2 root 2. So this is 4. So 2 root 2 square is 8. 2 root 2 square is 8. 8 plus 8 is 16. Therefore this is 90 degree, right? So then O, A and B. A, O, B become 90 degree. So we need pi by 4. So then we just need to construct a, because right here it's 90 mean this is 45 degrees. Then what will be the locus of this? ADC arc. So ADC arc. So this is the basically arc of the given part, right? So now we can summarize always, right? So we can summarize it like now, when if it is arc z minus z1 minus z minus z2 becomes some angle, this will be the locus will be arc of a circle, right? So this is about the arc z minus z naught, arc z minus z1 minus arc z2 about equal to theta, right? So then now I think you should have you just have idea about these kind of situations, right? Okay, so that was what I want to share with you about this locus. Okay children, in this part I am going to discuss how to rotate a complex number about the origin, right? So basically assume you have a complex number this way, right, and which is z with the radius r and the angle theta, right? So basically in the Argand diagram, real axis, imaginary axis, right? So we can represent our coordinates with r and theta. So r mean our radius, right? So the distance, the magnitude of this head, and the theta mean the argument, right? So this is the way of representing a coordinate, right? Representing a coordinate on an Argand diagram, right? So then I want to rotate that complex number, right? I want to rotate that complex number to somewhere z naught position and r naught theta naught, right? So I just need to evaluate that z naught complex number using z. So that is why what I am going to find, right? So actually, so this one is rotated to somewhere mean A to B. It's rotated to somewhere mean R will be same, no? Right? So the angle theta naught has been changed. How time? So assume this angle is alpha. Right? Then you can write theta naught as theta plus alpha. Theta plus alpha, right? Then you can write this z naught complex number as a usual way, R naught cos theta naught plus I sin theta naught. Z naught, R naught mean it's equal to R cos theta naught mean theta plus alpha. I sin theta plus alpha. Okay, so then you can write it Z naught R. So you know this is addition of two. So it's like the multiplication of two complex numbers. So it's cos theta plus I sin theta, cos theta plus alpha plus I sin alpha. It's like this way, right? So actually this is our z naught. So I will write it here. It's like R cos theta plus I sin theta into cos alpha plus I sin alpha. So what is this? This is our previous given complex number. Z naught equal Z cos alpha plus I sin alpha. Right, so then, so always your Z naught complex number equal to previous position complex number into the angle complex number. So angle indicate another complex number, assume with the modulus 1 and the argument as alpha, then it's like cos alpha plus I sin alpha, right? So this is the theory of rotating a complex number about the origin. Okay, let's assume if a complex number rotated, so assume it has theta and z, right? So this is r theta, right? So assume this complex number is rotated 90 degrees. So 90 degree means perpendicular. So I need this z naught, right? So z naught. So this actually r becomes same, no? So what happened to this argument? So argument will be theta plus 90, right? Theta plus 90. So under this one, so you can write it z naught, z times cos 90 degree plus I sin 90 degree. So cos 90 mean 1, sin 90 mean, cos 90 means 0, sin 90 means 1. Therefore, z naught become Iz, right? So always if it is rotating with a 90 degree, so basically it will be Iz, right? It's rotating with the same 90 degree, right? So the angle will be same. Always remember this theorem is happening only the anti-clockwise rotation. Anti-clockwise rotations. So you can't rotate in the clockwise direction because the main Z1 into Z2 theorem will be violated, right? So always rotate into the anti-clockwise direction, then you will get. So assume if you have some complex number over here, same radius, right? So you have to rotate this way, right? So basically it's 360 something, that angle 360 minus that angle, right? So it doesn't matter, you can rotate anti-clockwise, right? Wherever the position complex number, right? So you can rotate in the anti-clockwise. So how far it's in, but doesn't matter, you can rotate in the anti-clockwise way. So this is what I want to tell you about the rotating of rotating a complex number, about the origin. Okay, children, this question was taken from the 2016 A paper. In an Argand diagram, the point A represent the complex number 2 plus I. The point B such that OB equal to OA and AOB pi over 4, where O is the origin and AOB is measured counterclockwise from OA. So counterclockwise mean basically it's anti-clockwise. Find the complex number represented by the point B. Also find the complex number represented by the point C such that OACB is a parallelogram. Okay, so the counterclockwise rotating case, right? But here the radius is twice, right? So here this is my OA, right, with some angle, Actually we can find this angle because this is 1, this is 2, no? Alpha, then tan alpha become 1 over 2, right? So we don't know the angle, but you can draw the triangle to find that alpha angle with the cos and the sine, right? So anyway, so I just need to find this B, position B, ZB complex number, right? So ZA is 2 plus I, right? So 2 plus I mean you can pull root 3 out, sorry, root 5 out, right? 4 plus 1, root 5 out, and 2 over root 5 I sine, sorry, I 1 over root 5 cos beta plus I sine beta ZA, right? So then I'm going to find this ZB complex number, right? ZB. So actually if it is rotate, right? So if it is rotate, it's like a circle, right? So B is actually here, ZB, right? So you will get this ZC, right? So ZC will be ZA times cos pi by 4 plus I sine pi by 4. So ZA means this one, right? This one, ZA. So what is cos pi by 4? It's root 2 plus I root 1 over root 2. So ZA means this one, right? So this one, and it's equal to 2 plus I 1 over root 2 plus 1 over root 2. So now you can simplify it further with ZC 2 over root 2 I 2 over root 2 I over root 2 I squared 1 over, sorry, I squared 1 over root 2. So this is 2 root 2 I squared mean minus 1. It's 1 over root 2 and 3I over root 2. Right, so this is my ZC actually. So we need ZB. So actually ZB mean 2 times ZC, no? 2 times ZC. 2 times ZC. 1 over root 2 plus 3 over root 2. Right, so then it's root 2 plus 3 root 2I ZB. Okay, if I didn't do any simplification mistake, so this will be the answer, right? So please try, you can check it again. So this is actually sorry, this is beta. Two plus I. Actually you can pull root 2 out, right? So ZB will be then ZB will be root 2 1 plus 3I. So what is ZA? ZA means 2 plus I. 2 plus I. Okay. So then next part was find the complex also find the complex number represented by the point Z such that OACB is a parallelogram. Right, so now you have to this is OA, OAZB, right? CB mean OAZB. So parallelogram mean basically this will be same, right? So we have to find this C complex number. So okay, how to find that C? So actually this is my Z, right? So Z, this is the midpoint, right? So this is midpoint of the AB. So we have A complex number, we have the B complex number. If you add these two and divide by 2, then you will get the ZM, midpoint ZM. So addition of these two. And if you multiply it by 2, the ZM, if it is multiplied by 2, then you will get the C complex number, right? So how to find that ZM? So ZM means ZA plus ZB divided by 2, right? Then if you multiply ZM twice, then ZA plus ZB will be the ZC. ZC means addition of these two. Root 2, 3 root 2 plus 1. So this is my ZC complex number, which is on the parallelogram. This parallelogram position C. Okay, this is about children about the rotating, right? So rotating parts in our complex number, right? So now we have discussed all the theorems, right? All the parts in our complex number, right? So end of the video, I upload the answers of the homeworks, right? So then thank you very much for being with us, right? So we continue our complex number through the 7 videos, right? So thank you very much for being with us, and you have commented, right? So most of students commented, right? So then thank you very much for that. And if you have any doubt, please contact me. I'm always happy to share my knowledge with you, right? Okay, then thank you very much and have a nice